Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Fred Beans Volkswagen in Devon, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new 2025 Volkswagen Atlas. This is the SEL trim. We have previously seen the SEL R line, which is all the way up the top. And so you can let me know if you're in the market for a mid-size plus, and this holds a lot of stuff, SUV. Would you consider the SEL over the R line and save yourselves a few $1,000s? You can let me know as we go through this vehicle. So let's dig in. Front end of this Atlas SEL in the Mountain Lake Blue. Good color on this vehicle. Up front we have a full spread of LED lighting with the daytime running light going straight across the top of the grille. VW badge in the middle with some chrome bling. Functionality in the grille top and bottom. Now, the side air curtains are not functional. They are blocked, so they're decorative, but on the back end, it's opened up. So you can punch them through, but why VW didn't do it, I have no idea. As we come around to the wheel and tire package, it's a 20-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel. The tire choice, not my favorite. These are Nexen Rhodian all-season tires. 255 on the width of 50 series sidewall 20s. All four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on out, there is that Mountain Lake Blue. We do have flat black around the wheel wells and down on the door sills. As we come in closer, we're going to have color-matched side view mirror caps with LED turn signals. We're going to have a front and rear door handle in color-matched blue. And then we're going to have the fuel filler cap on the right side. Up top, color-matched roof, gloss black shark fin antenna, aluminum finish on your roof rails, with that panoramic sunroof. And then over the back, we have the wiper come down below on the glass. And then we're going to have a full spread of LED lighting around the back with the red light up VW badge in the back. Some more chrome bling, the tow hitch down below. We'll check out those numbers when we go through the engine. And then those chrome exhaust outlets, those are blocked off, so the actual exhaust is tucked up underneath the rear of the bumper. Under the hood of this 25 Atlas SEL is Volkswagen's 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Well, it's down there somewhere. It's very small. The engine bay huge because this used to contain a V6. I think it's time for VW to bring that V6 back. Let me know what you think. 269 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque out of this engine. 5,000 pounds of towing. MPGs, 18 in the city, 25 on the highway, 21 combined. Not that much better than the V6. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price 25 Atlas SEL, $48,200. Now, this vehicle's got a few options on it. We'll check those out when we go through the window sticker. Once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,425 from Volkswagen's Chattanooga, Tennessee assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $51,131. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. We're going to go black, soft touch across the top. Then we have open pore wood design into your brushed aluminum door handles. Very nice and classy look. Then we're going to go perforated leatherette with the stitching, soft armrest, again with the light gray stitching, flat black on the switchgear, but we don't have power fold mirrors. And at 51 grand and change, I think we should. We just shouldn't save that for the SELR line. We do have a decent sized door pocket. This is where we're going to pop the tailgate. Down below, we have a large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the all-season Atlas mats in the vehicle at this time. Seating-wise, full power with lumbar and 2 memory seats for the driver. We have power seat without lumbar and no memory seats for the front passenger. Should have memory up with the front passenger. Again, at this price, the seating, Vienna leather, in black with the light gray stitching. The bolstering soft. The headrest feels soft as well. Front passenger door panel, same materials as the driver. We get over to the dash, soft touch, the open pore wood design into the heat and air vent, then a little bit of gloss black, and then more leatherette with the stitching. And then we're going to have a large glove box, and you can see that red ambient lighting shooting through. We'll show you that here in a minute. 12-inch infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, built-in nav, nice pinch to zoom right here in this Atlas. So, but you're going to do most of everything in here as far as setting up stuff. But let's go through it. Right now, we got the nav. We hit this big, huge red home button, and then we go to our home screen. If we want to go all the way over, this is where all of our maps and tiles are going to be. Bluetooth your phone, get to your navigation, vehicle settings, connect up the vehicle with your smartphone, equalizer for your speakers, a help, general settings, we can come across, and that's where you're going to start your home page. So from here, we can go to our vehicle settings. That's going to take us here where you can take a look at your exterior settings, customize how you want all that exterior lighting to work, headlights to work, what your tire pressures are going to be by hitting that, right? Set up your speed warning. And then you got your exterior lighting. You go to interior, and that's where you're going to set up your head-up display or your ambient lighting right down here, which right now we're in red. So you have your ambient lighting. You can select an automatic color, or you can select your own, and it's going to be the contours of the car, the doors and the footwells, and the surfaces. So a lot of different places where this ambient lighting is going to show up. And then you just take your finger, and as you move across, it changes everywhere on the screen. So pretty cool. We're going to stay with red just because it shows up better when it's sunny out. But there you have it. So that's a really nice deal. We come back to the beginning, and we're back to that action, and then we can go back to our home page, and we're good to go. Now, if we come over here, we got our maps here. You got your engine auto stop start up here. We can turn that off. And then you have a separate little menu you can go across, and that's going to show you where your oil level is, how your tire pressures are doing, that sort of thing. Radio and media right here. Hopefully I got the volume off, or this could be a disaster. So there you have your radio and media, and you have AM, FM, Sirius XM. So they got you set there for your radio. Then we can go back to our home button and then come back across, do whatever we want. It's pretty simple. And then if we go to reverse, there's our backup camera, nice and clear with trajectory. I guess it could be a little clearer, I should say. And then you have your trajectory over here as well, but this is not 360-degree view. And then we can go back to park, and we're back to the beginning. And then we have our 3-stage ventilated seats and 3-stage heated seats. You touch it, and it brings up your menu where you can adjust the front climate and the rear climate, turn on those heated ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger. So again, everything is going to be done through there, and you can X out, go back to your home button. Haptic feedback to adjust the temperature or to adjust the volume down below. Down further, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards. This is where you're going to hit this button. That's going to be your assist, right? How far behind you want to be of another car before your assist warning goes off, that sort of thing. Your parking menu, how that brings up your cameras. Then you have your climate right there. And again, we already showed you that. And then you have your drive modes right here. And what do we have for drive modes? Well, we have Eco, Comfort, Sport, which in this Atlas we're going to rock with today, Custom, Off-Road, and Snow. So plenty. And then you can go to your info screen, and it'll tell you what each mode does as far as your steering, drivetrain, engine sound, and how it's differently configured than the other ones. So that's pretty cool. And again, X out, and we're back there. So, and then we can take off our parking menu and go back to the beginning. So nicely done. Down further, 2 USB-Cs, wireless charging pad is right there. Now we have a lot of gloss black action here, so you got to be careful. Push button start. This is going to take you through this 8-speed automatic. Electric brake, 2 cup holders, and then your VW key fob right here. We have remote start, pop the tailgate, lock, unlock, panic button. That's how this is going to rock with the VW badge on the back. More storage right in here, and then a nice large soft armrest. We can open that up, and we have a huge area underneath and another USB-C. The Atlas steering wheel, we have a leather wrap wheel with the light gray stitching, VW badge on the horn button, flat bottom wheel to help you get in and out of this Atlas, but this is a huge open and airy passenger cabin. No problem at 5'11" getting in and out of here. On the left here, you can have your adaptive cruise and volume, And then on the right side, you're going to have the controls for the digital dash and your heated steering wheel, voice commands. And then we do have paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic manually. On the left stalk, you're going to have your high beams and turn signals. On the right stalk, you're going to have your windshield wipers. And then down over here on the left is where you're going to control your headlights. Right now they're on. You hit mode, and now we have parking lights on, everything off or on auto. Then you have your max defrost front and rear, and then your rainy day and lights on or off. And then we also have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we go with our digital instrument cluster. Since we have the ambient lighting on red, then the background on this dash is in red. So that's pretty cool. And then you can go to different views, right? So you have, bring up your map, go to that, lane keep assist view, I call it. And then you have a clean view. And then you have your traditional view right there. And then obviously you can bring up other information as well that you may want to see underneath each one of these dials. And we can go over the other side and we can do the same thing. What do I want to see here? How about fuel tank display? So you can change it up, and so it's nice and it's very clear. Overhead console, we don't have a spot for your sunglasses, which is too bad, but we do have an SOS button here in case there's an emergency on the road. And then if you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off, you can close the door. The button here with the picture of the vehicle remains off. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out, and then it's haptic feedback controls for your shade and your panoramic roof. So for the shade to go back, you run your hand backwards along that panel and the shade will move back. Now this is a slow moving shade, as you can see, and it will go back all the way over your mid-row. When the shade is back, then you can go ahead and you can use the left side that operates the glass, and now the glass will move back, and the glass doesn't move fast either. Wind buffer comes up, glass goes back, and then you just move your finger in the opposite direction to close the glass. And if you want to tilt the glass, then what you do is you take the middle of the scroll bar and push your finger on it, and it will go ahead and tilt up, and then you can do the close motion to close it. Then you can close the shade. That's on Volkswagen time, not on Shabby's Rides time. So we're moving on. We have a frameless rear mirror, view mirror with compass and home link right there and auto dim. And then we have our sun visor with vanity and an LED light. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the mid-row bench of this Atlas, but first the rear door panel, all the same action. The same use of materials, the open pore, the leatherette, right? Security shades. So I love the fact that the materials are the same, design is the same, front to back, no cost cutting on the door panels. Now, I have that seat set for my driving position, so let's hop on in. Now to get in, I got to duck a little bit because the seats here in the mid row are higher up than they are in the front row. Flat roof though, but if you're my height or taller, you're probably going to have to duck. But once I'm in, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees. We got the leather all the way down. We have a seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger, and then we have a bit of a command center here in the back. 2 heat and air vents, rear climate, 3-stage outboard heated seats for the mid-row bench, and then down further, a couple USB-Cs and a home power source. And then your mid-row seats, you know, they're still the Vienna leather, still the same color combo, nice and soft with the perforation. And then we have an armrest, semi-soft, 2 1/3 cup holders, but overall, it is pretty darn comfortable in the mid-row of this Atlas. It's a very large SUV. Getting into row number 3, well, that's a piece of cake, right? Here is the button on the seat back of the mid-row bench. You just pull it up, and the seat moves forward and up out of the way for you to get in. And now we get into row number 3. Now, row number 3 isn't going to have the Vienna leather. It's going to be a leatherette, but it's the same color combo. It still feels soft, so I do like that. Now, as we come around to the right side here, I got a couple of cup holders, place to slide my phone. I have a C-pillar, heat and air vent on either side, and some LED lighting back here, which is nice. And then over here, I have the same cup holders, a place to slide my phone, Both USB-Cs are on the left side. So if you're sitting on the right side of the third row, you're going to put your cord across your buddy's lap. And then again, the C-pillar heat and air vent back here as well. So a little bit inconvenient since they're both on the same side. But if I'm in the back, I'm 5'11", I have enough room for my head and shoulders and my knees. Not bad. And if somebody forgot to let me out, I can let myself out right here by pulling the ripcord, pushing the seat forward with my foot, and letting myself out of the vehicle. Getting into the cargo area of this Atlas, well, it's a power lift gate, so you can pop it from the key fob, you can pop it from the driver door panel, you have a hands-free option, or you can come to the back, and right underneath the L in Atlas, there's a button. You hit it and it goes right up. No beeping, it just goes right up. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. Now with the rear seats up, 20.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Atlas. This thing holds a lot. You're talking about Toyota Grand Highlander, Chevy Traverse, GMC Acadia, amount of storage in here, and it doesn't look that big. So we come on in and we have the cargo protection system in here. Underneath here, more storage. There's your jack, because underneath here is the spare. So thanks VW for the spare. We have extra storage and cubbies on either side with LED lighting in the back as well. And we have a 12-volt tucked right in here. In case you need power back here, they got you covered. And now you can drop the third row by just hitting that button and throwing them forward. And now, with the third row down, 55.5 cubic feet of cargo space in the Atlas. But to get the mid row down, unfortunately, you don't have pull levers in the back. I'd like to see VW do that. You're going to have to go around each door. So you go around each door, and you're going to hit this one right here. And then it'll move down. A little stiff, and it'll lock in flat. You heard that thing, boom, lock in. Some of them don't lock in. These babies lock in like a big dog. Boom. Now they're locked and loaded. So now, with the third row and mid row bench completely flat, 96.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Atlas SEL. Window sticker time, here we go. 25 Atlas SEL, Mountain Lake Blue Metallic, Titan Black Leather, standard features. Warranty information. Options. Total vehicle MSRP $51,131. Fuel economy estimates. Government safety ratings. Made by Volkswagen in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're out on the road in this 25 Atlas SEL in regular mode. And it is very smooth on the road. Right off the bat, though, great visibility out of all the glass. Nice big side view mirrors. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision. Active emergency braking, rear automatic braking, exterior LED lighting, front and back, all for safety. So we got all that stuff in this Atlas for safety, which is a good deal. In case you're wondering, there's an 18.6 gallon gas tank, 21 miles to the gallon. If you can get that in combined driving, it's about 390 miles of range. Not a fuel efficient vehicle, even with this Turbo 4. The engine's fine, this 2 liters fine, but you know, it could use the V6. It's such a big vehicle. We're looking at a vehicle, interior room-wise, the size, like I mentioned, Toyota Grand Highlander. It's big in the inside. Doesn't look as big on the outside. But Got a lot of different drive modes, a lot of nice tech in here. The leather seats, right? Heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, wireless charging, a bunch of USB-Cs for connectivity. A little gloss black in here, but not too heavy. Love the open pore wood to lift up the interior of this vehicle as well. So that's good, but we do have a pretty wide turning radius of 20 feet. It's a wide one. And now we're gonna get going. And this 2-liter picks up okay. It just sounds like it's straining under load because this is a big, you know, it's 4,700 pound vehicle. It's a big mama jama. So we're gonna go, handles the corners well, but we're in sport. We're gonna shift with the paddles. Here we go. On the brakes, just holds it really well. A little body roll, but not bad. You know, if we had better tires, this thing would really be good. I mean, these V-dubs, they drive well, they handle well, even these big SUVs are fun to hoon around on the weekends. Try our brakes, nobody's behind us. Oh yeah, they stop on a dime and give you change. And the paddles, they shift sharply with this 8-speed. Down the road you go. Piece of cake. Hold the paddle in a little while, put it back in regular drive, then we can go back to our drive modes. We can put it in comfort. Now everything relaxes, and you can drive it to work or go out, get groceries, shopping, whatever you want to do. Very versatile, different, a definite different personality in sport mode than it is in regular comfort. So a well-executed, well-handling SUV. But anyway, you let me know if you're in the market for a mid-size 3-row. What about this Atlas SEL at 51 and change? Is this the way you would rock and roll down the road, or are you going Grand Highlander, GMC Acadia, Buick Enclave, Chevy Traverse in that kind of size? Put in the comments, let me know. But I do want to thank Fred Beans VW here in Devon, Pennsylvania for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL in Mountain Lake Blue Metallic for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.